Alright. Good to be back. Ah, yes. That's where we were. Okay. I left us off right before some real interesting stuff. Got the book, now we gotta go have a scene with Joshua. Good spot to return to. Hey there, laddie! Laddie? What the fuck? What are you doing whittling away the evening in a place like this? Not much. How about yourself? Are you done fishing, or are you heading back into battle? No, I've already had my fill. It sure has been a while since I did, though. Oh, that reminds me. Estelle held out the book she found on the table. You said you were going to read, but you ended up leaving your book on the table. You should be more careful with your stuff. Oh, that. I actually finished reading it. My eyes were starting to feel a bit tired, so I thought I'd take a walk for a change. Liar. What? You're hiding your feelings again, aren't you? I can tell that's what you're doing. And besides, that's not really fair. You always find a way to cheer me up when I'm feeling down. And while I may not be as reliable as Dad, I can still give you a shoulder to lean on. Sorry. It's times like these when you should say thank you and not apologize. You may be smart, Joshua, but sometimes you don't seem to know what's most important. You're probably right. Thanks, Estelle. Very good. Now that wasn't too bad, was it? Hey, Ton. Evening. How you doing, my friend? Oh, right. And in return, how about you play me a song on your harmonica? As you wish. Ooh, we got that Princess Bride reference. Beautiful. Is The Whereabouts of Light good for you? Yep, that's the one I wanted to hear. Cool. All the cool characters play harmonicas. Right, Matt from Digimon Adventure 01? Suffice to say, the less said about tonight, the better. Yes. I think my title and tag on the Discord thing might already have been bordering spoilers enough. It's a good end of the chapter. This is only chapter 1, too, and I think I saw that there were 5 chapters in the first game. I wonder why it is. Oh, right, not JK. That when I hear the sound of your harmonica in the evening like this, it makes me want to cry. Oh, you mean IRL. Gotcha. Sorry to hear that. I know what that's like. Hopefully you can enjoy some good old Kiseki instead. So you're still not going to ask? About my past, I mean. We promised, remember? You were going to tell me when you felt like it, and I wasn't going to ask, right? And considering that 5 years have passed, it doesn't seem like such a big deal anymore. Yeah, it has been 5 years, hasn't it? How can you just live with me for that long and not have a million questions? That day your father came home with his beat-up kid. Oh, jeez, I hope that doesn't happen, Ton. I'm assuming you mean in the permanent sense and not in the temporary sense.
keep us updated, but man, good luck there. That's rough. Some random stranger who never says a word about his past. Why'd you take him in like that?
Well, it seemed like the obvious thing to do. Besides, you're family now, Joshua. And like I said before, I know you pretty well. You love books, you're a weapons geek, and you've got a serious knack for just about anything that comes your way. You're kind and fair, but you've also got a way of not letting others inside by using politeness like a shield.
Now, wait a minute.
And you're caring and lonely. Of course, I don't know everything about your past. If you want to make comparisons, I don't know a whole lot about Dad's past either. But it doesn't mean that he and I aren't family, right? Being a family for us has more to do with me knowing his personality, his habits, the food he likes. You know, the kind of things that only I would know firsthand. And you're no different, Joshua.
You make it nearly impossible to argue with you. You know that? It's been like that since the first time we met. And you gave me that flying kick to the gut as I was laying in bed. Wounded, I might add.
Did I really do that?
Yeah, injured and all. More than once.
I'm sure it was just a bit of childish play. Blame Dad for my lack of social graces.
Yeah, sure, Estelle. Yeah, sure. Nice excuse. But anyway, Estelle.
What?
Let's make sure we solve this whole airliner mystery. I don't know if Dad's been captured or anything, but let's resolve this with our own hands.
Sure. That's exactly what I intend to do.
How about we head back to the inn? I'm sure supper is ready by now.
Great idea. I'm starving. We need to eat our fill so we're ready for tonight.
Alright, I don't think we have anything to worry about missable-wise for the next bit, so it's just... Just checking the guide. Okay. Shouldn't have anything missable coming up.
Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your book, Joshua.
Oh, right. Estelle held out the book she found on the table. I'm actually done with it. And at this point, it just ended up being bulk weight. I wonder what I should do with it. Bitch! Never get rid of books! Books are precious and must be collected. And we're gonna take it so we can have it.
It looks like a pretty difficult book, but do you think if I spent some more time with it, I'd understand?
I'm sure you'd be fine. There's already a lot of stuff in there, in there already anyway. Raw. So if you want to do you want to take a stab at it, Estelle?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, we just did that so we get to keep it. We'll read it later. Alright. There's a specific order we gotta do things. Help a fellow out. I'm begging you. I can't take another drink.
Wow, I think I've just reconsidered my opinion of you, Olivier.
It's pretty rare for anyone to still be conscious after a night of wine with Shara. Wow, that sounded terrible. Well, didn't the two of you come at a good time? How about having a drink together? You're both good for that, right?
We're going to eat dinner now, so the answer is no.
Come on, you two. When I say let's drink, we drink. You're going to make me very angry if you don't sit down for a glass with me.
Oh, great. She's already reached stage 2, rage mode.
Don't worry, Shara. Olivier said he's good for another couple rounds. How about having him keep you company?
What? So you can still drink more, can you? Joshua, how could you just give me to her like that? I can't. I can't. Don't you feel sorry for the poor guy?
I don't know. Should I?
You're like a little demon and cute at the same time, too. At least the fish are polite here. I guess he'll be just fine.
How about we sit at the counter? I'd hate to bother the two of them.
Right, good idea. Please, Shara, I'm pleading with you. You and the fish. Don't pour me another glass.
Oh no. You can do it, Olivier.
Oh, he's totally plastered. It looks like even a guy who takes a sweet time for everything couldn't stand up to a drunken Shara. Oh, wow. What a night of drinking. I've been so busy lately, I haven't been able to enjoy myself like this for a while.
And you're not even red in the face from all that alcohol. Are you sure you haven't had some special kind of training, Shara?
It could have been all the bizarre liquors I drank while I was in the troop. You know, like the ones with scorpions and asps in them. I might have built up my resistance that way, but who knows? Somehow, I don't think that's the case. And by the way, what do you plan on doing with him? He's pretty much useless as he is. Let's just let him sleep. He looks so peaceful now, and we wouldn't want to disturb him. There's a very high possibility that we'll have a direct encounter with the Sky Bandits tonight. And getting a civilian wrapped up in the middle of it all wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, but he's Olivier. He's awesome. Get him wrapped up in everything.
Don't tell me you got Olivier drunk so he wouldn't be able to come along, didn't you? Well, of course I did. And he'll thank me in the long run, too. After his raging hangover, anyway. And so that whole time, you were just toying with him, weren't you? Let's see, it's getting late. Let's hurry and begin our stakeout around the inn. Don't skirt around the issue, Shara. Quiet, you. For the time being, we're going to circle up to the far pier. Understood? All right then, let's go.
Okay. Poor sleeping friendo.
Ugh, Shara, please. I can't take another.
All right. Pier, veranda, pier, exit. Pier, veranda, pier, exit. Exit, please. Thank you. This way.
I don't see anyone. I don't know what kind of business those siblings could have here, but do you think they'll really show up?
There's no guarantee, of course, but if Lloyd's information has any truth to it, my best guess is that they'll be here.
However, if we move around too much, there's the possibility we'll be seen and they'll take off. Since the Sky Bandits are supposed to come from the road, it might be a good idea to watch the area. Right. So where should we watch from?
We need a place where we can see the road without being noticed ourselves. A place like that would be ideal. So now, veranda... There we go.
Hey, well, what's that?
That's people, you half-wit. Well, it looks like we're a little early, huh?
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, if this were the middle of the day, we could have gotten ourselves a bite to eat on the way.
Quit talking nonsense. We're outlaws, remember? Now let's hurry up and get moving.
Wait for me, Kyle. I should have known it'd be them.
It looks like they're headed for the far pier. I wonder what they intend to do.
Shall we take a look and find out? Let's try to get as close as we can without being noticed.
I should have figured they wouldn't be here yet. They always come exactly on time.
I really hate those guys. They act like they're so superior, and to be honest, they're kinda scary.
No doubt about that. They're quite the clandestine bunch. There's not much we can do about it. This is an order from Dawn.
This seems to be a good place. Yeah, we can hear every word they're saying, too. Hey, Kyle, don't you think Dawn's been acting a bit strange lately? It's not like him if you ask me. You know, the whole hijacking of airliners thing. While I admit it was lucrative, now we've got the army clamping down on us full scale. Not to mention those annoying bracers are now involved. And he's gone and taken hostages and demanded a ransom in return. No matter how I think about it, it seems like Dawn has gone way overboard this time.
In the end, you'll always be just a girl. Deep down, you're just not cut out to run with the bad crowd.
Excuse me?
Okay, maybe not the best wording, but I meant it as a compliment. If things are getting too tough for you, you're always welcome to try salvaging a life back home. It shouldn't be too hard to get by, as long as you don't set your sights too high. Although admittedly, it is a bit colder than Liberl.
Do you think you can just treat me like a kid, and I'm not going to get angry? I'd like to see you get by without me, what with your crap cooking and all, not to mention the laundry. Oh shit, you do the cooking and the laundry. Do you really want to go back to burnt toast and turning your underwear inside out? Gross.
Okay. I see your point. I really am sick of toast, burnt or otherwise. But anyway, think about what I said before it gets too late to back out. Now, getting back to what you said earlier, I do have to agree that Dawn has been acting pretty weird. Does he expect us to just keep fishing for ransom? We should take what we can get. And I'd like to believe that Dawn is smart enough to see that.
Don't you think he started acting strange about the time that guy showed up? That's the only thing I can think of as to why he started acting like this.
Yeah, he was the one who introduced us to those other guys too. He might even have gotten Dawn to buy into his ideas.
Who is that guy and he? That's certainly a good question.
Huh? What's that over there?
What's what?
It looks like whoever it was they were waiting for finally showed up. And here we have... well, I won't say, but he's the guy with the coolest enemy theme song I've heard in a while. It looks like you made it. On time as usual, huh?
You could have come a little early for a change, or even late. Definitely not my type, that's for sure.
Say what you will, but we're trained to be punctual. Now, if that displeases you, then let me offer my sincerest apology.
Relax, I was just being sarcastic.
Now I know you guys are definitely not the type I want to be around. Enough already! We don't have time for that. Now, how about we get down to business? Have there been any other developments since last time? Yes. In fact, Her Majesty has finally made a move. She intends to contribute to the ransom from her own assets. Seriously? We're gonna get paid out of the Queen's own pocket? I guess we're pretty close to getting the money then, right? How about the Royal Army? Is there any indication that they've figured out where our hideout is? Not yet, but it's only a matter of time until they do. We've received reports that members of the Bracer Guild are on the move as well. At any rate, on the morning of the payoff, you'll need to leave your hideout behind. Yeah, no problem there. We just happened to run into the temporary shelter by chance. Dawn shouldn't have any regrets about it either.
There are way too many suspicious types involved in this. What do you want to do, Shara? Should we storm in, shoot them all, let Ideo sort them out?
I've got a much better idea.
A better idea?
These two siblings appearing here means that the Sky Bandit's airship is parked somewhere nearby. There's not much we could do if they got away again, so how about we try taking that out first?
I see. Take away their means of escape, right? I'm down for that. How about you, Joshua? Joshua?
Oh, right. Take out the airship first, right? Yeah, I think it's a good idea, too.
Well, what's wrong? Your face looks really tense all of a sudden.
It's nothing. Yeah, I'm sure it's just my mind playing tricks on me. We don't have much time. We've got to get out onto the road and start looking for that airship before they finish their meeting. We can save whenever, right? Yeah. I gotta do a test for science.
We need to find that airship first. Let's head up the road and start searching for it.
You're not gonna... Yeah, no. I can't really angle to get a good look at him either. Shame. The party took to the road in search of the location of the airship. And... So, they're parked in front of the Amberl Tower, huh? This is definitely the perfect place to land, since it's off the main road. So what do you want to do, Shara? Should we subdue them? That's one way to go about things. But there's more than double their number since the last time we encountered them. Oh, we could kick their asses entirely.
Don't worry. Even with twice as many guys, they're no match for us.
Estelle's got it.
So how about we take them all on at once?
I don't know if that's the best way to go about things. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
Keep it down or they're going to hear you.
Well, isn't this a surprise? I can't believe you're standing here after the state you were in before. Your tolerance is impressive. Who do you think you're talking to? Rather than miss a minute of your fair company, I dutifully puked my guts up and dumped a bucket of cold water over my head. Voila! I was good to go.
I don't know about that. I think I hear your liver screaming somewhere in there.
That's some serious tenacity. Come on. I couldn't let you enjoy all the fun yourselves, right? I had just come out of the inn when I saw you guys hit the road, so I came running from behind to catch up with you. I guess I went a little too easy on you. Maybe I should have had you down all that brandy at once. You would have put me to sleep for good if you'd done that, Shara. But anyway, fighting the Sky Bandits here would lack finesse, don't you think?
I don't think that's the issue here.
No, I'm serious. Even if you subdued them all and managed to arrest the two siblings, there's still a chance they won't tell you where their hideout is, and they might even use the hostages as leverage to demand their release. Well, there's a risk involved with whatever course of action we take. Or do you have a good plan on how we can avoid taking such a risk? Boy, do I ever! Listen up, everyone!
Okay, but if you blow in my ear, I'm seriously going to punch your lights out.
Kyle! Josette! It's good to see you made it back. I didn't think you'd be gone so long. So, talks took longer than expected, huh? Yeah, but we're nearing an end with our negotiations. We also managed to get a great deal of information about what's going on with the royal family. So, what you're saying is...
Yup.
Wow.
Yup.
We'll be getting the rent some money within a few days. My voice is going crazy. We'll finally be one step closer to making our dream a reality. I tend to only assign permanent voices to people with portraits in games like this. But these Sky Bandits, these names are all recurring, and I'm pretty sure they've had a different voice every time they've been on screen. We did it! Sweet! Cool it down, guys. It's a little too early to be getting excited yet. For the moment, we need to get back to the hideout and report to Dawn. Alright, everyone. Pack up and let's get out of here. Roger that, said in 6 different ways. The temperature outside is 69.8 degrees with 15% humidity. And there is a south-southwest wind blowing at a speed of 12 arcgay. There are no orbital reactions in the surrounding area. It looks like the army isn't patrolling here. Activate the orbital engine and begin transmitting orbital energy to each section of the airship. Hi, sir. Orbital engine activated. Sorry. Transmission of orbital energy to all sections underway. Orbital floater started. Orbital drive started. Stabilizers all green. All right, lift off. Aye, aye, sir. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Set the drive rate to 40% and maintain cruising speed. However, make sure that we can switch to battle speed at any time. Aye, sir. It looks like we'll make it back before morning. Yeah, I'm ready for some serious shut-eye myself, but I've got to report to Dawn first. Huh. Did you just hear something? No, I didn't hear anything. Well, that's odd. I could have sworn it came from below deck. Maybe it's just a mouse or something. I'll have to clean up the place when I can find some free time. Estella's sus. Alright. It almost looked like the Umbrella logo. Especially with those 4 red tiles there. Boy, am I tired. Ever since we came here, my night and day have been completely reversed. We just gotta tough things out a little longer, then we can say goodbye to this horrible life. With Dawn as our leader, we can't go wrong. But don't you think Dawn's been acting a little strange lately? I mean, he's kind of scary to talk to these days. How about you knock that crap off? Kyle or Josette heard you talking like that, they'd beat you upside the head. But it's just that... I'm sure you're just tired from lack of sleep. Let's hurry and finish up here and get some rest.
You're welcome to take a rest now if you like.
Ah! You hear those?
You're too slow.
Sorry, she's not Sonic.
You're too late.
Our first combat of the stream, and it's against two Sky Bandits, who kind of suck. Oh, they're not too bad. Yeah, no, we'll just have him do a firebolt. Oh, do we need to reset Olivier's stuff, or is he fine? Because he technically was out of our party for a bit there. So was Shara and Joshua, actually. I also see that Shara is at a 200 S-craft. That's nice. Ooh, look at that fire sepith. Gimme. Oh, beautiful.
Piece of cake.
Yes, that is what we need.
Ooh, it looks like we were able to get in here without any trouble.
I'm amazed that this little plan actually worked. I guess we all have you to thank this time.
But seriously, I was getting pretty nervous. I wasn't sure what we were going to do if we got caught stowing away.
Well, even if we were discovered, we'd just have to take control of the airship. And we would have had an advantage fighting against this lot in those tight quarters. Superior numbers means nothing without space to maneuver in. Olivier, so you thought that far ahead, taking all those factors into account, huh?
Not in a million years. Are you kidding? I simply thought it would be fun to infiltrate an enemy base. I think we would have been better off if you said nothing at all.
Give the poor guy a break. At least we were able to get in here without incident. Anyway, this looks like somewhere in the Nebel Valley.
The Nebel Valley? Like the one on the border of Bose and Roland? Well, that explains why it's so misty outside.
And this is definitely terrain covered with extreme differences in height, which prevent the landing of any large aircraft. It looks like your guess was right, Shara.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to help us much in getting in here. But anyway, we don't have time to be hanging around here. We'll need to subdue the Sky Bandits and ensure the safety of the hostages being held captive. And of course, your father Cassius, too.
Right. Understood. Alright, now, apparently there's a lot of junk rooms here with nothing in them. I really don't care, though. Just making sure there's nothing that we like. Okay. Let's just see what we're dealing with. Oh, and we should save so we don't have to see those cutscenes again. Oh, and Olivier, how's your orphan doing? No, okay, you're good. You're how we had you. Oh, hi there. Okay, okay. These guys are new. These ones don't like fire. These ones aren't fond of fire or water. Oops. There we go. What the fuck? What was the point of that? What did it just do? What the hell? What Kind of seems like a waste when she's already doing an aerial. So let's do this. Alright, well that's a good kill. Now, that one I think might have actually moved into range of the aerial. It's hard to tell. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't even notice that was on a crit turn. Nice. I see that Sepith up, but there's... Actually, there's 3 of these guys left. We might be able to take advantage of it. These guys don't really drop Sepith we need, but I mean, you know, whatever. If we can, we can. Oh, that's an attack. Okay. I thought it just jumped in and jumped out to be like, hi! We didn't end up using it. That's fine. Ooh, good XP. Yeah, sorry guide, we are not skipping these rooms even if they have nothing in them, because they might have monsters. We were supposed to take that path. Okay, there's... No, okay, wrong north. Wow, okay, these directions suck. We will not be using them. I didn't see anything missable anyway. Ooh. The chest is already empty, you double dipper. I think that's a gun for you? No. What is it? Ooh, for Shara. Good increase, too. A battle whip with a steel claw attached to the fall. Nice. Okay, we'll go this way. Take that. Jeweled ring. Ooh. Chest is empty. How tragic. Oh wow, we have a lot of shit. Fence +2. Yeah, sure, why not? And we'll give you that, because a lot of people here use poison. Cool. Okay. Just checking to make sure if anything missable was coming up. There is not. Despite the appearance, it's actually pretty linear. The voices of some men can be heard. It sounds like some of the grunts. Should we rush the room? Do it. Huh? Oh, you guys new around here? Like, in your freaking dreams? Are these guys for real? But if you're not new here, then who are you? What? Are you supposed to be intruders? Bingo! We're with the Bracer Guild. I think it would be best if you surrendered. Forget that! We won't give up without a fight! That was the plan. Ooh! Ooh, look at them clustered! Look at them clustered. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh man, these angles are shit. If I move... No, he won't get to move for a while. Ugh, alright. They gon' die. Yes. Stay within range. Ooh, look at that Sepith up there. I want to take advantage of that. Who do we have? It would have to be Shara, but she's got her aerial being cast. Oh, well, I mean, you know what? We can use, Olivier's thingy here. Quick draw. Yeah, that'll hit all of them. Do it.
Take that.
At least we got some extra Sepith from that. One of the guys did get knocked out, though. Like, knocked out of the aerial range. And then there was one. Look at them all just lined up like that. Oh, damn. I was hoping I could take him out before he could move again. Done.
Enjoy the show.
Good XP. Estelle and Joshua, and technically more closely Shara, are near a level up. Olivier is still a ways away. Oh, some beautiful fire Sepith from that battle, though.
Alright, now where are the hostages? If you don't start talking, there are gonna be some serious consequences involving a whip.
Do what you want with us. We're not gonna talk.
Oh, is that so?
Let me handle this, Estelle.
Sure. Can't say I didn't warn you guys.
Ah! Honestly, I'm being quite gentle with you. Don't think for a second that you're allowed to pass out yet. But if you start talking, maybe I'll be kind enough to let you. Yikes! They're down below. Some of our crew are guarding them. Very good. Now where are your leaders? Kyle and Josette, right? Forget it, lady. Do your worst. No one will tell you where they are. So the hostages are one thing, but you're not going to sell out your bosses, huh? I guess there's only one thing left to do. Sleepy time.
Holy strikers! Shara's as unforgiving as ever.
This? No. I've been far more unforgiving. Any masochist would be thrilled to make your acquaintance, Shara. And my whip would be thrilled to make yours. Maybe some other time. It looks like the hostages are being held down below. Let's hurry. The hostage has been rescued. The hostage has been rescued. The hostage has been rescued. Counter-terrorists win. Why do they have monsters inside their base? Kinda just seems like bad security, if you ask me. These guys hate fire too. Okay. This base seems to mostly hate fire. You are quick, my dear. Fine, get him with an aerial. Oh, right, now we have a fourth person, too. You have no AoE. Except for your craft. Just do you think. Oh! That was dumb. That just knocked the plant out of, Hellgate range. Or... Oh, right, and its target died, so it had to pick a new one. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, that was handled maybe not the greatest. But we should just be able to melee this guy to death now. There we go.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Surprised Cher didn't level from that. Oh, she's 2 away. Wow. That's okay. We've got another room to rush into. That'll level her up, and maybe even Joshua and Estelle too. Or I guess this will do it. All right, let's maybe handle that a little bit better. And that should be enough to take him out. We'll prep another aerial just in case. Oh, and hers will be on a crit turn too. Olivier, you just stand there. You look pretty. You're good at that. This should honestly kill him. Yep. Oh, no, plant lives. Guess what, buddy? You get your own aerial. I should have had her do a firebolt. It'd be cheaper and it would have targeted whoever remained anyway. Oh well.
Oh, are we done already?
There's Cher's level. No new abilities.
Anyone have a clue what this place is? It's way too big for these bandits to have built, and it seems pretty ancient.
It almost feels like a stronghold of some sort. And I agree, this place is pretty old. I wonder if people used hidden forts like this one as hideouts back then. As far as I've heard, the turmoil following the Great Collapse continued on for several hundred years. So it doesn't seem that strange to me that something like this is still around.
The Great Collapse?
The collapse of the ancient Zemurian civilization, which existed more than 1,200 years ago. It's said that a huge natural catastrophe wiped them out.
Oh, you mean like Professor Alba said before?
I tell you what, though. I tell you what, Bobby. For being a place this hard to find, someone's got some seriously bad taste in hideouts. Not to mention, there are all sorts of monsters lurking around in here, too. I wonder if this is how all men like to live. Shara? Just what kind of men are you hanging out with? Chess has nothing left to offer you. Sure it does. Friendship. Oh, that's the same shoe. There you go, Joshua. My present to you. Anyone else want work boots? No, that's a common item. Okay. Oh, hi, shit. I thought you were turning the other way. Yeah, proc your Hellgate, bro. Ow. That hoppy hop move they have is amusing to watch. Yeah, that should be good. And this should knock them further in range. Yeah, that one might even be in Hellgate range now. It did. That's cool. Doesn't really help us too much. We just would have killed him anyway, but what else?
Oh, are we done already?
And there's Joshua and Estelle. Joshua learned Taunt. That's cool. We're also almost all equipped with S-Breaks for the upcoming boss battle. Hi, friend. Could you turn around, please? Oh, you were turned around. That's unfortunate. Ooh, that Sepith up isn't, though. They give water and earth. Almost not worth it. Interesting though, that didn't seem to... Oh, okay, I see the difference. Oh! And we just snuck ourselves a Sepith upturn. Beautiful. That looked weird. And now we can melee it to death. There we go.
Oh, are we done already?
Oh shit, we've got several paths going on here. Mud splash. Okay, that's mud. Sure it is. Hit that. Do the fire. And then just... Oh, no, you have... Oh, I didn't. I meant to cancel out of that, because she had fire too. Oh, but Olivier has fire. Yeah, there you go. Don't absorb my health, please. That's rude. Rude! Oof. Couldn't go far enough.
Seems you came up short.
Beautiful. Oh my god! Oh, hi. Too many options, man. Too many options. It'd be nice if we could use that Sepith up, but no. We're going to obliterate them before that happens. Oh, right. With this enemy arrangement, it's best to have Shara do a firebolt instead of an aerial here. I gotta try and remember that.
Are you done already?
Yes, Shara, we're done already. Jesus. I might have skipped something. We're gonna go check. Actually, I can just check here. Yeah, okay, I did. I accidentally went the way to go first. You know I hate doing that.
What's this?
I'm guessing it's an orbital vacuum. It looks like the newest model, so it's probably stolen.
Interesting. Huh? What's this? There's something stuffed inside.
Found black notebook. A notebook?
Yup, that's what it looks like to me. But what's something like this doing inside a vacuum?
It's probably something important. Let's hold on to it just in case.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, that was important. Bear assault. Chest is empty because you emptied it. Funny how that works, no? Better gun for our friend Olivier. Now we can recommence going the way we had gone. Whee! No. Not a good area to do that. I can hear somebody talking again. Shall we rush the room? Take him out, bro. Who are you guys supposed to be? Racers! How'd you get in here? It looks like the hostages are being held in the room just beyond here. I think it's time you surrendered quietly. Or else. Don't kid yourself! Let's get him! Yeah, come at me, bros. Alright. Let's see how many we can take down at once. It's kind of not much I want you to do right now. A lot of your courts right now are just going forward to giving us more abilities. I guess go ahead and lock up Estelle. Range, there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, beautiful. Just that one fella down here, can you get? No, okay. So everyone's gonna get obliterated again except for one guy. Oh, shit, but her aerial got canceled. These guys have impede. Okay, well that helps. Five and down, one and go. Yep. 5 in one blow. Look at them crumble. And this is gonna hit literally no one. Tragic. This... Oh, right, he's just making Estelle go fast. But we should be able to finish him off with melees. Ooh, he got turned to stone, too.
Oh, are we done already?
Get dunked on, my boy. What's going on out there? It seems a bit loud for just an internal squabble.
Is everyone alright?
We're with the Bracer Guild, and we've come to rescue you. Seriously? We're saved? We've taken care of the guards, so you don't need to worry about anything for the moment. Really? We're being saved! I'm Grant, captain of the airliner, Lind. I don't know how to express my gratitude for what you've done for us here today.
You can thank us after we've gotten you out of here. By the way... Huh?
It doesn't look like he's here.
Who? Are these all the hostages?
Yes, that's correct. This is everybody who was on the Lind, including crew and passengers.
That can't be right.
Wasn't there a man by the name of Cassius Bright on the flight? He's a member of the Bracer Guild. Cassius Bright? I do seem to remember hearing that name somewhere.
Captain, isn't he that passenger? You know, the one who got off right before we left?
Right. Now that you mention it, there was one passenger who did get off.
What do you mean?
Well, there was this one passenger who disembarked the airliner right before we took off. A man who had been on board since the Royal City, and he did seem to have such a name, if I remember correctly.
What? But his name was on the passenger list.
Well, since he got off right before we departed, there wasn't any time to document the changes. This would have been handled had we arrived in Roland, but we were attacked by the Sky Bandits en route, and things were left as they were. So that's what happened, huh? I thought it would have been awfully strange if Dad had been captured by the Sky Bandits.
Well, it looks like our question has finally been answered.
How ironic.
Now wait a minute! Then just what is Dad doing? With something this big going on, why hasn't he contacted us?
Calm down, Estelle. I know you're as curious to know as I am, but thinking about it now isn't going to get us anywhere. Our focus needs to be on securing the safety of the hostages.
Okay. You're right. I guess I'll just have to forget about it for now.
Listen up, everyone! We are now going to go after the Sky Bandit leaders and arrest them. I know how you must all feel, but I need you to sit tight just a little longer. We'll be sitting here. Good luck. If that's the case, we'll prepare for the worst. Our lives are in your hands. In other words, don't let us down. I don't even know what the fuck this Trino person is. I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl.
Leave everything to us.
Okay, you all suck! And now I think we just go to the end. We're going downstairs. There is a rock wall at the end of the passage.
Is this a dead end?
No. It looks like there's something here. Shall we try pushing on it? And this is that one wall we were at before. Just fucking blows up? Okay, I thought it was just gonna like slide out of place.
This was a secret door?
That's quite a neat little trick there. I wouldn't expect anything less from a secret fort. This looks like it's a corner of the Neville Valley. Shara, should we help the hostages escape first?
No.
We need to take out the Sky Bandit boss first. If we're attacked while attempting to escape, there's no way we'll be able to protect that many people.
Oh, that's true.
Well, then how about we get back in there and have a face-to-face chat with the gentleman running this fine operation. Got it.
Is this?
Yep, it looks like the Sky Bandit's boss room. Not yet. What's over here? Nice. Take that. The treasure chest is offended that you have returned. Was the first time not good enough for you? Sorry, little chest. I didn't mean to break your feelings. Or hurt your feelings. Alright. No, can we... Oh, of course, it's literally the last one I try. Have an omelet, sure. Well, we don't really need that much. Yeah, just do that. The steaks are expensive and we only have one left. You know what? We almost needed that. What else can we cook? We'll do 5 of them too. Alright. And then we'll use one of them. Oh, we actually got other shit too. Oh, we bought this but haven't learned them yet, so let's learn them. Waste of their healing potential, but I mean, like, whatever. These are all fine. Yep. There are 5 people here. Hello, friends. One of those is me, so there should only be 4, but yeah, 4 people in chat. It's okay. I don't mind the lurk. I'm just happy that I am a source of entertainment. Alright. Lol, hey, Dad.
So the Queen's gonna pay out the ransom, is she? Now we can finally say goodbye to this meager living.
Don't get careless, bro. We haven't got the money in hand yet. Yeah, and we'll need to decide on a plan on how to let the hostages go.
Let the hostages go? Now, hold on a minute! Why do we have to bother with that?
Huh? But...
Once we get our Mira, we'll just kill them all and be done with it. We've no need to leave them alive.
Dawn? You're joking, right?
They know exactly what we look like, remember? Even if we left Liberl for good, we could still be tracked, right?
But there are old people and kids among them. Do you really intend to kill them all?
I swear, no matter how old you get, you never grow up. This isn't playtime, get it?
But I'm sorry to say this, bro, but I'm against killing the hostages, too. High Dios will never forgive us if we do that. And I don't want to get our home back with Mira stained in the blood of innocent people.
Kyle, since when did you become the boss around here?
Huh?
I think it's about time you learned your place.
Ah! Kyle?
Who cares about our old home? With this kind of Mira coming in, what could you possibly want with our old worthless land? Ha! We're gonna go blow all this cash somewhere near the southern resort and enjoy the good life for a while. What did you say? And once we run out of Mira, we'll just hijack another airship. This is gonna be the future of the Capua Sky Bandits.
Dawn, what's happened to you? What an Ideus's name has happened to you? Sorry to interrupt, but could you have your little family feud later? You again?
Bracers? Why are you here?
How can you say something so heartless? Especially after you gave us a lift here in your own airship.
Impossible! What are you talking about? It can't be.
You had your airship sitting in front of the Amberl Tower, right? We just slipped in when you weren't looking and hid in the cargo hall. In other words, we stole a ride from a bandit. Take that! For a dimwit, you've really outdone yourself this time. Who are you calling a dimwit? You two-faced tomboy? What'd you just call me? You bimbo, airhead brute! Just try and say that again!
Alright, enough of the bickering between you two. We've liberated the hostages and defeated the other members of your group, so it looks like all that's left is you three. In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby placed under arrest. It would be best not to resist.
Man.
Crap.
Kyle! Josette! What is the meaning of this?
Sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, Dawn.
That's okay. I'll forgive you just this once. Once I kill them, that'll be that.
What?
What a bunch of fools you are! To think with that pitiful number of people that you could ever capture Don Capua!
Ah!
Look at how effortlessly he handles that orbital cannon.
Kyle! Josette! It's time to hunt some game! And I like my sport bloody!
Yeah, this ain't gonna go well for you, bud. Alright, 912, 1918, 798. She's gonna be the healer, he is a tank, and he is the DPS. And the boss. Josette's gonna move first. Acceptable. Oh no, Kyle produced a bomb from some unknown pocket. How dare he? No. Ow, that hurt. Ooh, that Sepith up. Beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Ooh, and that gave her a 200 too. Nice. Okay, who gives us fire? Kyle or Josette? Why don't you just annihilate Josette then? That worked out well. If this doesn't kill him, we're gonna hit him with a sadist whip. It did. Too bad he has no allies left to attack.
Someone's been naughty.
Boobs. You know what? You just don't get to have another turn. That's what's happening. And now we get to see, for the first time, Olivier's S-Spray. So he shoots a BFG shot. Okay, that's fine.
Enjoy the show.
Ooh, Olivier's about to level up. Look at all that beautiful fire, Sepith. These guys are tough. So this is the strength of a bracer, huh?
Crap! How can I lose to this girl? And that's how it's done. Have you learned your lesson yet? Now that this has been settled, I'm going to ask that you surrender nicely. Any more trouble out of you, and, well, you know what'll happen, right?
Scheherazade stroked her whip and smiled at Josette.
Yikes! No, anything but that.
Why me? Why do I have to go down like this?
Oh! What's going on? I hurt all over. And when did I get an orbital cannon?
Don't forget to pilfer Shara and Olivier's ornaments and equipment when you get a chance, Shadow. Oh, do they not just auto come back to our inventory when they leave? That's fair.
What the heck?
Bro?
Dawn?
Oh, Josette! Are you back from Roland already? If you're back this quickly, then I guess things didn't work out, huh?
Huh?
Don't try and cover it up! If you've had enough, then how about leaving the breadwinning to us men? We probably won't be able to earn a whole lot, but be patient.
Dawn, what are you talking about? Did you hit your head, bro? Josette came back from Roland like forever ago. I went to pick her up right after we attacked the airliner.
What? Attacked an airliner? What's all this crazy talk? We'd never do something like that.
What is this guy talking about?
I don't think he's trying to cover his butt. I think he really doesn't know.
Come to think of it, who are these strangers? Don't tell me they're new recruits.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but we're not. If you don't manually pilfer it, you'll lose those cords until you reconvene in the final chapter. Got it. We're with the Bracer Guild.
Huh? What are a bunch of bracers doing up here?
This guy's completely lost his marbles.
What an interesting turn of events. Whether you've forgotten or not, you're still under arrest. You're charged with hijacking an airliner, hostage-taking, demanding a ransom, and other such offenses.
Hijacking an airliner? Hostage-taking and demanding a ransom? Kyle! Josette! Tell me this is some kind of joke!
Dawn, I think that's my line. But thanks to you, bro, we've got a chance to escape.
Ah! Oh, hell, not again.
Hey!
Kyle?
We'll talk about this later. Let's just focus on getting out of here.
I'm never going to get the smell of this out of my hair.
Let's hurry and get out of this room.
Which way did they go?
They went up. They're going to try and escape in their airship.
Ah! After tracking them this far, we can't let them get away. We've got to catch them. Right!
Understood.
I made it out alive. Oh, what a tragedy this has become. My delicate nasal cavity. Hey, Olivier, you'd better hurry or else we're gonna leave you behind. Wait for me.
What was in here again? No, alright, just that. Hostage's still here? Yeah, they're still here. Can we tell them to...
The Sky Bandits didn't happen to run in here, did they, Captain Grant?
No, but I did hear a bunch of loud voices and footsteps coming from outside. It seems to me like they might have rushed up the stairs. Estelle, they're going to try and escape in their airship.
Right, we've got to hurry after them.
Please forgive us, Captain, but we'll need you to sit tight a little longer. No worries, you kids just be careful out there. I only really came in there to check because I wanted to see if they were still in there. And they were. Hold it right there, you! Actually, I should check to see if there's anything missing after this boss fight. Okay, no. We should be good to just continue linearly. You're not getting past us!
You guys are back for more after taking a righteous beating like that?
Now that's what I call tough. If you don't want to move, then we're just going to force our way through. Oh man, the heat wave that hit us last week, even though it dissipated for a bit, it's been coming back the last few days, and like today is really hot. Definitely sweating my ass off for you guys. I hope you appreciate. Nah, bye, kid. I love you all. But yeah, no, it is super hot. Alright. And that should kill most of them. Oh, thanks for going into range of everyone else getting a Hellgate in their face. We should maybe give Olivier some healing magic. Oh yes, and I should remember to de-equip them. There's Olivier, level 16, and we'll take all those fire sepith. Just gimme all of it. Ah, shit. That shouldn't count as a surprise attack. It was face first into Joshua. Ah, get wrecked. Do we lose Sepith when an enemy hits us on a Sepith upturn? Or is that just, like, meaningless? No turn for you!
Seems you came up short.
Keep going. Don't think you're going up any further! Take the hostages and go!
So you're back for more, huh? When will you learn?
What are you trying to do? Buy time for your leaders to escape? They've done a lot for us over the years. Now it's time to return the favor. Yeah, I mean, I can respect the loyalty. Actually. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's have Estelle do the healing. So you go ahead and do an aerial then. Missed. What a waste of a critical. Sorry, Joshua. And the aerial should finish him off. Yep. Blessed Fire Sepith.
Oh, are we done already?
I saw that autosave. I think we've got one more battle against... Yep. And then I think we're safe to de-equip Olivier and Shara. Crap! It looks like we've got company!
Don't think you're going to walk out of here the same way you came in. All we need to do is buy some time for Don, Kyle, and Josette to escape.
Trying to shield your masters to the bitter end, huh? Though it's a ridiculous thing to do, your spirit is admirable. Then I wonder if beating them into the ground might be a way to honor their sacrifice. Let's take them down. Ooh, look at that Sepith up. I want it. Well, I can take that second Sepith up, though.
Mess!
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try this again. People I need to heal are not the ones who are clustered. It's annoying. Oh, shit. Estelle stole your Sepith up slot. Yeah, it looks like she's keeping it too. Damn. That's annoying. Yes! He's within range of both. He's dead.
Seems you came up short.
All right. Boop. Whee! Huh?
What's this?
How'd the army find out about this place? That liar. Things weren't supposed to go down like this. Hey, get your dirty mitts off of me.
Hey! What's going on here?
So, those are the ringleaders of the Sky Bandits? I'm surprised there's such a young woman, too. How about you shut your yap and start taking some good pictures? What are the chances of getting another scoop like this?
So, how about it, Niall? Is this enough to help you write a decent article?
You bet it is! I'm really grateful that you took us along. Oh, and would you mind if we took a picture of you while we're at it?
What do you think, General Morgan?
Do as you like. This plan was successful thanks to your genius. In all honesty, this is truly something to boast about.
No, this was just the result of the accuracy of the Intelligence Division's analysis. And thanks to the cooperation of those you see standing over there.
What?
What are you guys... I mean, how the heck? What's going on exactly?
It's you kids again.
Hey, look! It's Estelle and Joshua!
Bracers! Why are you here?
Just for the record, I'll tell you, we infiltrated this place one step ahead of you. Again. And the entire hideout has been subdued. We chased the fleeing Sky Bandits leaders up this way, but I never would have guessed that the Royal Army's patrol ships would be waiting.
Ugh! Once again, you've overstepped your bounds!
With all due respect, General, it was because of them that our military strike saw this level of success. Therefore, shouldn't we in turn recognize their achievements?
Do as you wish. I'll leave the rest up to your discretion. I'll return to the ship and see what information I can get out of these Sky Bandits.
Very well, General. That old man's as stubborn as ever. He's not a bad person. He just lacks a little flexibility. That aside, where are the other Sky Bandits and the hostages? The other lackeys should just be lying all over the place unconscious. And as for the hostages, we have them waiting in the same room they were imprisoned in. I see. You have done this nation a great service. Please, leave the transportation of the hostages and cargo to us.
Let's move, Captain Amalthea.
Yes, Colonel.
Wait for me, Colonel! I'd really like to interview you kids, but this time, the Colonel is top priority. But if we have another opportunity, I'd appreciate doing one with you, too.
See you later, Estelle and Joshua. My. You had your whole shining moment uprooted and stolen just like that. You got that right. Don't let it bother you, Estelle. The Bracer's role has always been that of the unsung hero. So there's no real reason for us to stand out.
That sounds about right, yeah. Dad always made a point of staying in the background, too.
Really? I never noticed. Ah! Where is Dad?
I guess that's the one problem we've still got to figure out. Where is Dad now? What is he doing? And why hasn't he tried to contact us?
It looks like there's nothing else left for us to do here. In the meantime, let's get back to Bose and report what happened with the incident. We'll try and figure out what to do about your dad after that. I really appreciate all your hard work. It appears that my impression about you was right. I knew that you would come through and bring closure to this incident. Yeah, but the army took off with all the glory, so I don't know if we could exactly say that's the case. No, that's not true. If you hadn't been there, I don't know if the army's raid would have been so successful. Backed into a corner as they were, the Sky Bandits very well have harmed the hostages.
Agreed! Everything worked out because you infiltrated their hideout and took them out ahead of time. You should be proud of what you've done.
You really think so? It's true that the hostages were freed and the Sky Bandits arrested, but it's a bit vexing to know that there are still some unanswered questions left. The men who appeared at the Valyria lakeshore, and the mystifying attitude of the leader of the Sky Bandits. I think we should consider that there's a lot behind this incident that we don't know about.
Well,
I hope we'll have to leave that part up to the Royal Army to figure out. With all the culprits being detained by them, there's really not much left we can do.
Anyway, we should just be glad that all the hostages came back safe. Thanks to the news about the arrest of the Sky Bandits, things are returning to normal here in town. As a token of my thanks, I've added a bit of a bonus to your reward. Really? Are you okay with that? Of course I am. I'd like to thank you too, Olivier.
I just hope that my work was worth the price of that grand Chardonnay.
Yes, in fact, there was change to spare. I hope you will all have a wonderful day, and if anything else comes up, I'd greatly appreciate your help again. Good day. Wow, nice that someone appreciates us. I'm sure that if the incident had gone on any longer, it would have caused much more confusion. It's probably only natural that the mayor is as happy as she is. Now I'm starting to feel all giddy inside. I don't think a bracer could be any more happy than knowing her work helped out a bunch of other people.
If you say so. But I think it's safe to say that you're no longer greenhorns.
Honestly, the two of you really surprised me this time. Tee-hee, you think so?
She's tee-hees too much. At any rate, please accept your assessment and pay for clearing up the incident. This should bump us to rank 5. Yep. Beautiful. Here's the pay the mayor was talking about. It's a very, very nice sum. And this is from me.
Isn't this a recommendation from the Bows branch?
Is it alright to give this to us so soon? Of course. It would be downright rude of me not to recommend you after resolving such a big incident. Please accept it.
Thank you, Lugren.
We'll work hard so that we don't bring any embarrassment on this recommendation.
Great work, you two. I'm sure your father would be extremely pleased if he heard the news. Sure.
You're probably right. I wonder what on earth Cassius could be doing right now. Not contacting the guild is one thing, but not contacting his family is a completely different matter.
Yeah, it's definitely not like him. After he suddenly disembarked from an airliner in Bose, I wonder where he could have gone. Excuse me, please?
Aren't you that receptionist from the landing port? What's the matter?
You see, we recovered some of the cargo stolen by the Sky Bandits, and some of the pieces were a number of parcels addressed to the Bracer Guild, so I'm here to deliver one of them today.
I appreciate you doing that. But wait a minute. Why is there something addressed to the branch when the airliner left Bose to begin with?
It's actually addressed to the Roland branch, but aren't Cassius Wright's family members here?
What?
That's us, but... Oh, perfect. We contacted the Roland branch, and they said you would come here. Here you are. This is the parcel.
Estelle was given the letter and the parcel both.
This letter? Yep, it's in Dad's handwriting. It's addressed to Joshua and I at the Roland branch. It seems as if he just scribbled it out before he got off the airliner. I guess Dad did intend on getting in contacting with us after all. Oh. Well, that's good to hear. So that parcel is from your dad, too. No, this one looks like it was sent to my dad by someone else. Huh? That's odd. Yeah, the sender hasn't written their name anywhere. Okay, my business here is done, so I'll be on my way. Oh, and one other thing. Good job on helping arrest those Sky Bandits. You bracers sure do excellent work.
And to think that a clue about your father would be mixed in with the airliner's cargo. Feel free to use the lounge upstairs to read his letter if you'd like.
Thanks, Lugren.
Ha! Well then, let's have a look at the contents, shall we?
do you mind telling me what you're still doing here?
It's just plain and simple curiosity, that's all. Why did your father disembark the airliner prior to his departure? Were I forced to wait around for an answer, the question would stick in my mind, so I'd never be able to sleep at night.
And you're telling me this because...
Oh, how heartless and cruel can you be to a companion who has traveled alongside you? And just who is it that you have to thank for being able to infiltrate the Sky Bandit's hideout, I wonder?
All right already.
You can be a rather obnoxious fellow, I hope you know. I guess we don't have much of a choice. However, depending on the content, we may have to ask you to leave, okay? Ha! Of course, I understand.
All right then, let's see what he has to say.
Estelle started by cutting the letter seal.
Dear Estelle and Joshua, I'm sure you're probably about finished with the jobs I left for you, right? I'm also sure that there are many things you'll have trouble with in the beginning, but take each one step at a time. I know you both can succeed. Anyway, turns out that I've had a little trouble with my own work, and unfortunately, it looks like I won't be able to make it home for quite some time. Please don't expect my return until after the Queen's birthday celebration. I'm really sorry that things turned out like they did, but you should be grown up enough not to be lonely while I'm away. So until I get back, I'll leave it up to both of you to decide how you want to live. You're free to continue working in Roland, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer. Your 16th year is a vintage time in your life, so make sure not to waste it. Please give my regards to Sherazard and Ina. Cassius Bright. And I chose not to read that in Cassius's voice because I just don't want to right now. He's very bombastic. That seems like the type of letter your father would write. It touches lightly on things, but it's full of consideration towards the both of you.
Yeah,
it looks that way. The Queen's birthday celebration, is it? From what I've heard, that's still a ways off. Yup, it's about 2 or 3 months away, which means this would be the perfect time to take a small trip. I really wonder where your father is and what he's up to. Forget about that and let's focus on what's in that package. With an unknown sender, there's bound to be something interesting inside.
To be honest, I'm pretty curious myself. But we shouldn't be opening things addressed to my dad.
Why don't you think of it this way? It was a package delivered by an unknown sender about the time your father disappeared. The two might be related, you know.
That's true.
Olivier, don't coax Estelle into doing something to satisfy your own curiosity. Actually, though, Olivier does have a good point. Instead of leaving it until our dad comes home, it might be worth looking into.
Okay, let's check it out.
Estelle opened the parcel from the unknown sender. Inside was a shiny black hemispherical device. Also enclosed was a single memo with the item.
What's this supposed to be?
It's an orbment, although I'm not sure what it's used for. Let's see what the memo says. I was able to secure the item the aforesaid group is carrying, so please take care of it. Please ask Professor R to do an analysis of it when you find an opportunity. K.
That's it?
Yup. It looks like the center didn't write anything else. Shara, do you have any idea who K or Professor R might be? I hate to say this, but I don't have a clue for either. Your father's pretty well known, so there's a possibility these people could be foreigners too.
If this is the only thing we've got to go on, then honestly, I'm about ready to throw in the towel. What the heck is this black orbment anyway?
From the shape alone, it doesn't look like anything intended for general use. Although it feels a little similar to a battle orbment. Even so, it's still quite different. A normal battle orbment has slots in which to install torts. but this one has none. Maybe this one is an artifact.
An artifact?
Precisely. An artifact is an ornament created by an ancient civilization. Artifacts are the models for all ornaments produced today. They're still occasionally discovered in ruins, and for the most part, the Septian Church has custody over them. They're a type of antique, so to speak. But this one doesn't appear to be that old. It looks to me like it was made recently. You're right about that. However, this one almost seems like a black market item.
Jeez! Now look at what's happened because of my good-for-nothing dad! Doesn't he know we're all still worried about him?
Estelle?
Now he's getting some sketchy item from an unknown sender. What in the world has my dad gotten himself into this time?
Estelle? You know, Estelle, I've been thinking. How about we continue our journey?
Huh?
Joshua? That's what Dad wrote in his letter, right? He said, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer.
Yeah, he did say that, but...
We've already managed to get recommendations from Roland and Bose, right? All that's left are Ruan, Zeiss, and Gransel. Only those three. If we do jobs as we travel around the other regions, we might hear something about where Dad is or what he's doing. I think we're just worrying ourselves for nothing, considering Dad's skills. And there's also the possibility that he may even have traveled abroad. But I think getting off our own duffs is a lot better than just sitting around and waiting. Duffs. Duffman! And we might just be able to find this Professor R, too.
Joshua.
What?
You're a genius!
Estelle? What are you talking about?
This is like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or maybe even 10.
Oh no, that's a lot of bird killing. No one tell Mouse about this.
Sometimes I hate you for being so smart.
So, should I consider that a yes?
Oh, is it ever? Yes, yes, triple yes! Training to be senior bracers as we travel around Liberl, and exposing what that no-good middle-aged man has been doing in the process.
I think you're somehow missing the point. It looks like she's back to her old self. I guess it's settled then. Well, take care. I'm going to head back to Roland now. That said, I'm still a little worried about you two. Are you sure you don't want me to come along?
Give it a rest, Shara. We'll be fine. The whole reason we're going on this trip is to become senior bracers. It wouldn't be training anymore if you came with us.
And if you didn't go back, the Roland branch would have a hard time managing things. Don't worry about us. We'll figure out a way to get things done. Well, if you insist. It's pretty rare for someone your age to be aiming for senior bracer status, so don't overdo it. And if you run into any trouble, contact the Roland branch. You got it? I'll come running no matter where you are.
Sure. Thanks, Cheryl. And the same goes for you. Don't get yourself too liquored up. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Alright. I'll watch the number of drinks. Ha! Never fear, dear children. You can count on me to protect fair Shara.
And why are you headed to Roland? Not to mention with Shara.
That's because I've tasted all there is to taste of the local dishes here in Bose. And I thought it was about time I turned my attentions towards another region. As for Roland's cuisine, I've heard the produce is just to die for, so that's what I'm looking forward to next. And that's pretty much it. He says he wants me to introduce him to a nice restaurant and some local vegetables or some such nonsense. Since he's so persistent, I only agreed to him coming along under the condition that he go drinking with me at the bar.
We'll never see him alive again.
Oh, Olivier, I really hope you understood what you promised her. Dude, to be fair, out of any of you here, he's the only one that's actually gone drink to drink with her. And he technically survived. Ha! I could die for the likes of fine women and food. Part of me longs to be by your side as you continue your journey, Joshua. But after many agonizing hours of consideration, I've decided to accompany fair Sherazade instead. I think I'll be better off with you a safe distance from me. Joshua, did you forget he's a gunner? There is no such thing as a safe distance.
Well, have fun, but I'm warning you. Don't you dare make any trouble in Roland, you hear me? And here's another piece of advice. When Cher's at the bar, watch out. That's when the gloves are off. I'm seriously not joking when I say you should beware.
How dare you speak about your mentor like that, Estelle? And besides, Ina's coming along too.
Yeah, and she's even worse than you.
The gloves come off, huh? Is that, perchance, what you and Estelle were talking about before? Yes. Estelle said it best, though. It was nice knowing you. Yes, it was a pleasure. The Roland-bound airliner will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now. Well, Ollie boy, it looks like it's time for us to leave. Come on now, we'd better hurry and get on. Cheryl, wait! Can't we talk this over? I'd really appreciate it if I had just a little more time to think things through. Surely you're not getting cold feet already. If you consider yourself a man, then quit acting like a ninny! Eek! Love it.
See you later, Shara! Give our regards to everyone back in Roland.
Have a wonderful trip, you two. And this airliner gets hijacked too. End of chapter 1, Disappearance of the Lind. We are definitely saving. And before we continue, I'm going to have to take a very small intermission because I am melting in here and I need to go make myself a cold drink. So I will be back in but a moment, my dear fellows. And I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. I made myself another homemade ice cap, which is take frozen coffee, blend it up with some chocolate almond milk. Really good. It's one of the only ways I'll take my coffee because I can't stand the taste of it. Alright, where were we?
And that's about the gist of the Sky Bandit incident that occurred in northern Liberal. And to think that the bankrupt Capua family drifted all the way down here. You might be contacted by Liberal regarding the incident, so deal with it as you see fit. Yeah, it turns out I wasn't able to meet him in the end. It seems like something else might have come up.
I have no idea who this is.
Also, the connection with the Sky Bandit incident is still unknown, but it's clear that another power is at work here.
Clearly someone talking on a telephone. I should really get myself a "we'll be right back" screen for if I ever need to step away from the stream like that. Oh, it's Olivier. You know what? We'll go with it.
No, it's not like that at all. I've also become acquainted with an interesting bunch. The food's great, and there are babes everywhere. This is unquestionably my kind of country. Maybe I'll just take up permanent residence here while I'm at it. Alright. There's no need to throw a fit. Anyway, see what else you can find out. Just don't get caught looking into things by the Chancellor. I'll contact you again, my dear friend.
God, I love Olivier.
I love messing with that guy. He's just so stuffy and uptight that I can't help myself.
A portable phone, huh? Well, aren't you carrying around quite the nifty gadget?
Shara.
I like the song, too. And the fact that you're carrying around an ornament that even the Xi Central factory couldn't create. Well, how about you tell me who you really are?
Come on, Shara, don't treat me like I'm some kind of stranger. I'm Olivier Lenheim, the wandering bard and gifted musician you've come to love. But if you'd like to get to know me better, I'm sure we could arrange something. A little pillow talk, perhaps?
How about we skip the foreplay and go straight to the climax? Your cheap antics don't fool me, Olivier. Or should I call you Mr. Erebonian Operative? It looks like the title Silver Streak isn't just for show. So I guess you were pretending that you didn't notice in front of Estelle and Joshua, huh? I don't want to worry those two any more than they already are. So back to the subject at hand. Why don't you start talking? Who are you, and what are you doing in Liberal?
Before that, I'm going to have to correct you on 2 points. First off, these cheap antics, as you call them, are totally natural. I'm not play acting or anything, that's just who I am.
Oh, I'm sure. So do you mean to tell me that you drank that wine without paying just because you felt like it? And after that, being taken to the Hawken Gate so you could gather information was all part of the plan? And you even set yourself up to run into us? I don't think so.
I'll leave that part up to your imagination. The other thing I must correct you on is that this device is not an ornament. It is an artifact which was unearthed in the Empire. It can piggyback off any orbital communication system, and its transmissions can be encrypted, so there's no worry about them being intercepted. Comes in handy for a busy man such as myself.
An artifact? Like one of the sacred relics the Septian Church has stewardship over?
Just to clarify, they're talking about a cell phone. This cell phone is an artifact.
Now I'm all the more curious to know what you're after.
Oh, no, Shara. You should never try to pry into the secrets of a mysterious beauty all at once.
How would you like to get to know a real woman? I'd be more than willing to show you with my whip.
Shara, I don't see any humor in those eyes. Well, jokes aside, you
really should have just been straightforward from the beginning. As you have already figured out, my position is like that of an operative in the Empire. But I have no intention of sabotaging anything or stealing classified information. I merely came here to meet a certain someone. A certain someone? Yes, someone you know all too well. The one lauded as the supreme swordsman and master strategist by the Royal Army. The bracer with the special title belonging to but 4 people throughout the whole of the entire continent. The Divine Blade. Cassius Bright is the one I seek. Divine Blade, eh? Chapter 2, Madrigal of the White Magnolia.
Let's see. If we're going to travel around the entire kingdom, then our next destination is the Ruan region. I wonder which route we should take to get there.
About that, so you're really not planning on using an airliner? I think it's going to be quite the detour if we head there on foot.
You remember what Sheriff said, right? We need to walk and actually see the places we protect first. Or was it Dad who said that?
First one, then the other. Well, I guess since we have some time on our hands, it wouldn't be a bad thing to head there on foot. We could save the money it would cost to use an airliner.
Great idea! We can use the money we save to go shopping at the Beau's Market. After all, we didn't have the time to spend shopping around leisurely during the whole Sky Bandit mess. And then we could leave after that. So what do you think?
I don't care either way, but try not to waste too much money. Just so you know, in order to enter the Ruan region, we'll need to go through the Crone Pass to the west. Once you're done shopping, let's leave through the West Gate.
Okay, the West Gate, right?
Yep. It's been a while since we've looked at the guide. First off, let's fucking save. It's been a while since we've had control. According to this, it's been only about 22 minutes. That's not bad. Alright, so we got a new issue of the Liberal News to buy. And then we've got a few
We're good to go!
good to go. good to go.
We're good to go! Piece of cake. We're good to go.
We're good to go. move out! Let's do this!
Piece of cake. Here I come.
We're good to go.
Yes. Yes, Tawny. I was muted. How long have you not been able to hear me? Have I just gone several hours without... Oh, Jesus Christ. I need to find out what the muted key in Streamlabs is and delete it, because I must have hit it by accident. That's really fucking frustrating. Yeah, Ton, what was the last thing you heard from me? Or anyone in chat, for that matter. I'm not hearing it. Observe my mouth and mimic its movements. Is there anything else we can do? You get the picture. It's proper etiquette. Nay, proper caring to check with your client to ensure there are no other issues. That dashing young lad who helped me before certainly knew how to leave a good impression. Y'all could have learned a thing or two from him. Hard to believe you're in the same organization that he was. Like comparing palms to a dragon.
You're really trying my patience, you old windbag. If that dashing young man really was Idios' gift to bracers, then why don't you give us a few pointers, Tell us more about this man crush of yours, so we can better ourselves in his image and get you off our backs.
Yeah, I really hate it when I discover that I've been muted. I'll go back and check the footage later. Hopefully it was only for like a few minutes or something, because it's possible it was for like an hour or two. It especially hurts when I've been doing my best to do the voices. Oh, he's just a dapper fellow who came to lend me a hand 7 or 8 years ago. But what a man he was! Far different than from you, girl, that's for sure. He was a real bracer, not some cheap imitation. In fact, the only way in which I could possibly compare the two of you would be hair color, I suppose. The same sort of reddish brown. Exact same, in fact. And looking closely, I'd say the color of your eyes is about the same, too. I've had to have stream muted fighting with Mom. Yeah, I hear you.
Wait, are you talking about...
I was really hoping you'd be just like him when you said y'all were bracers. But I guess that was just wishful thinking. I doubt anyone could be as amazing as that man was. Can't hurt to try, though. Be diligent, and maybe you'll be a real bracer one day yourself. And even if you're not dashing, you did help me out, and I am truly grateful. Always remember to care for your clients, and you'll do fine. Also, Idios equals Idios. Yeah, sometimes I say Idios, sometimes I say Adios. It's just a deity who isn't Timora, so who cares? I'm kidding, I'm not that rude.
So, what do you think? Was he talking about...
Yeah, I couldn't help but read into it myself. 7 or 8 years ago would be right on the money.
So, he was talking about our dad then, right?
I think so. If so, though, then of course we're not going to measure up.
Yeah, seriously. Though I guess we are bracers like him now, so it's kind of flattering in a way to be compared to him at all.
If we want to make names for ourselves like him, though, we really have to take it one step at a time. catch up bit by bit, day by day. But even then, I think he's a little out of our league.
Haha, yeah, maybe. But I can only believe that one day we'll totally outclass him. I mean, we pretty much rule. Anyway, we'd best get going. This is no time to be horsing around. If we're gonna become world-class bracers, we'd better get moving.
Pronunciation long. Oh, adios? Is it adios? Oof. This is Evilise all over again. Do not like the way some of these things are pronounced. But that's fine. I'm okay with adios. I guess it's technically a bit easier to say than audios. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We're going to Minoria Village. And honestly, I think we'll probably leave it there for today. Am I going the right way? I'm getting really tired, and finding out I was muted always bums me out. Okay, so we're going up here. It is in fact Evilise all over again. Wait, where the hell is the fork? I am entirely confused. What the hell? Oh, it's... I know why. There. Now it should be okay. Yes, there we go. Done.
We're good to go.
We'll probably level up before we get to town. These guys give 5 fire setup. As much as I'd love to just wipe them out now, we're not going to. Oh, nice. Good for you, bud. Alright, well, no, scratch that plan. Just save outside. It honestly, long cutscenes are long. Oh yeah, I guess we have shit as soon as we get into the village, don't we? Oh, that's it. Okay, well, you know what? I do actually want to level up before we go into the village, so hang tight. Wow, that guy's got 2 crits. Good for him. Thought about healing there for a sec, but yeah, we were able to get the kill. No need.
Piece of cake.
Alright, we are 2 XP away for Estelle and 4 for Joshua, so 1 more of the enemies over here should be enough, and there were 2 if I remember correctly. So we'll take the one closer to the village. Yeah, the flame boys are super dangerous because they can confuse you. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh shit, we didn't kill it in time. both confused? Nope. Joshua wants to run around, that is fine. Estelle, finish what you started. The sharks just hit like trucks. You can heal for that, yeah. And there we go, level 17. Alright. Pop a save. A lot of good progress today. We finished chapter 2, we made it to a new region. And next stream we can start getting embroiled in the shenanigans of Ruan. So thank you to everyone for joining me today. I hope I wasn't muted for too much of it. And I'll see some of you tomorrow for Kamen Rider. Have a good night, everyone.